Good morning, class. Welcome to 2022 Spring Art Appreciation course. My name is Soli Lee. I'm the instructor of this course, and I'm very glad to meet you all. So this session is starting at 8:30, and then it will be ends around 2 hours later. And then we're gonna have a 5 or 10 minutes break. So before the break, we're gonna see the course outline. And then after the break, we're gonna see what is art chapter, and then introduction of art chapter. So let's get started. So before we go over the course outline, let me briefly introduce myself. As you can see, I'm an artist, art educator, and a designer. So this is my photographic work. I like to make something creative, a photographic image by using Photoshop effects, just like this. And I studied fine art and majored drawing and painting at an undergraduate. And I studied art education at a grad school. My favorite mediums are oil and acrylic paints when I make art. This is my painting work. I used oil paint for the background, and I used acrylic paint for the object in this painting. The theme of the painting is fantasy. I created an imaginary space to make a personal story in it. And I'm a professional in drawing with all kinds of drawing materials, such as pencil, charcoal, pastel, colored pencil, and even digital tools. I used the Photoshop for this drawing work, and I drew this crying girl with a pen tablet. And the most recent 10 years, I've been focusing on digital and performance arts to expand my artistic careers as an artist. This is another photographic work of mine. I walked around in the city and took a picture of the street view, and I overlapped some texture images on the street view. So I created something very abstract image like this. And now let me talk about my another career, art educator. This is one of my favorite career. I've been teaching studio arts like painting, drawing, and graphic design to high school and college students for 17 years. Don't guess my age, everyone. So these are all my students' works who are studying fine arts. I love to develop my students' artistic thinking and creativity to make perfect their portfolios. Also, I've been teaching art appreciation, drawing, painting, and graphic design at Essex County College since 2019. And this is my last career. I'm a professional designer. I've been working in a beauty industry for 8 years as a graphic product and marketing designer. All right, so that's all about me. So before we see the course outline, let's check the Zoom meeting etiquette first. So the first one, when you join the meeting, please use your full name so I can check your attendance. Otherwise, I could miss your attendance. I don't want to do that. And second, please join the meeting on time. If you have an excuse to be late for the meeting, please email me in advance. And third, please turn on your video during the meeting. Thank you, Melissa. So this is an interactive virtual class. If you turn off your video, I feel like talking to the wall. So please turn on your video to get better academic achievement. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Hello.
Um,
I'm sorry.
yep.
So, so my name is Mami Ekwa, but I'll prefer to be called Sewa. And I'm a mom with two children, and my children are always with me in the house every weekend.
Ah, I see.
So my
Okay.
on
Okay. Okay. In that case, you can turn it off. Thank you for letting me know.
All right, thank you.
All right. And fourth, please find a quiet place. I know everyone's situations is different, but I want your commitment to fully focus on the meeting for um, you know, about 2 hours. To do that, try to find a quiet place or use headsets, earphones, or AirPods to block the noise outside. All right, thank you for letting me know, Leticia. All right.
You're welcome.
All right. Diasha, okay, thank you for letting me know.
Thank you.
All right. I really appreciate your help. So let's see the course outline. So this is an art appreciation course. This introductory course will explore the various styles of art from prehistoric to modern period. Art appreciation will encourage you to question the nature of art and its relevance to daily life. This course is basically for non-art major students. The course period is from Saturday today, January 15th, to Saturday, April 23rd. This is a virtual class course, which means we are going to meet every Saturday at 8:30 a.m. Also, after the meeting, you will go to the Moodle room to participate activities to complete your participation. This course provides you e-textbook called the e-book. We are going to learn 3 to 4 chapters per week with the meeting. And each week requires to post the discussions or sketchbook project process. Also, there are 2 assignments in 4th week and 11th week. And you are going to take a midterm in 8th week and the final exam in 16th week of the course. Lastly, there is a final sketchbook submission at the end of the course. So I will show you what these are one by one in detail after checking each grade. So these are the grade scale. The participation will be 20% of your final grade, and the 2 assignments are 20% as well. Midterm exam will be 20%, and the final exam will be 20%. Lastly, the final sketchbook project submission will be 20% as well as the final. And we are going to make 8 artworks pieces over the course, but you can just submit completed 6 pieces at the end of the course. And this is very important on the last 2 sentences. No late work will be accepted without a valid excuse. With excuse, your grade will be lowered by 2 points each day. So please keep this in mind. So, please read the e-textbook before posting the discussions, assignments, and sketchbook projects. Participation is essential to achieve a passing grade of this course. Each chapter has discussions or sketchbook project, and you must post your discussions and sketchbook project process by every Monday, 11:55 p.m. And you need to reply to at least 2 or more of your peers' postings by every Tuesday, 11:55 p.m. If you are not posting on time, you're not giving your peers time to participate in the class. So please keep in mind. So here is the participation role. The participation will be 10 points per each session. This is going to be graded by 3 ways. First, attending Zoom meeting will be 50% of each session's total. If you attend Zoom meeting on time, you will get 5 points. And if you're late for the meeting, then you will get 4 points. And if you're absent, you will get nothing for this part. And second, posting your discussions and the sketchbook project processes for each session in Moodle Room will be charged as 30% of the total participation points. And you will post your discussions or sketchbook project process every Monday midnight. If you post them on time, you will get 3 points as full grade. And if you post late, then you will get 2 points. And if you post nothing by the end of the Monday, then you will get 0 point for that part. Lastly, the rest of the points of the participation will be filled by replying to your peers. So you should reply to your peers' postings in the Moodle Room at least 2 or more by Tuesday midnight. And if you reply to your peers by Tuesday, then you will get 2 points as full points. And if you're late to do it, you will get 1 point. And if you don't reply to your peers at all, then you will get 0 point. So again, by every Monday, 11:55 p.m., you must post all your discussions and your sketchbook project process in the Moodle Room. And by every Tuesday, 11:55 p.m., you must leave your feedback or comments for your peers' discussions and the sketchbook projects. And please read the chapter assigned before you comment to your classmates' discussions and the sketchbook projects. And do respect your classmates and refrain from unnecessary comments during class. So now let me show you how to post your discussions in the Moodle Room. So this is our Moodle Room page. Have you ever checked this page, the Moodle Room?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. So when you scroll down of our Moodle Room, then you will see week 1. And please click this. And then scroll down again. And you will see the week 1 page like this. And then there is a course outline page. And then the first discussion you can see. And the second chapter, what is art? And then you will see the next discussion. So let me show you how to post your discussion in the first discussion forum. Oh, some of you already posted. Awesome. So you're going to answer these questions to introduce yourself by this the coming Monday. And to post your discussion, please click this green button, add a new discussion, and then type the title, and then answer the questions, blah, blah, blah. And then just hit submit button. That's it. And then to reply to your peers, now just click your one of your peers posting, and then simply just reply to peers like this, hi, nice to meet you, like that. Very simple, right?
Professor, quick question for our assignment this week. Do we have to do like reply to our peers for their introduction and for the other art assignment?
So for this coming Monday, I need
Mhm.
you to reply to, I need you to post to your discussions, these two discussions. One is,
Okay.
week
Mhm.
1-1 and week 1-2. And then by Tuesday, the coming Tuesday, I need you to reply to at least to 2 or more of your peers for each discussion.
Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted to know. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And let me go back to the course outline slide.
Professor, one more question.
Yeah.
When it comes to the responses, like what kind of response are you expecting? Like something like that, like something very simple, one word, like just so that you know
Yeah.
that we read it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So maybe, yes, maybe you can just, see your peer discussion, and then, for the introduction, maybe you can just say like, nice to meet you, or, oh, I like the idea, what you're talking about, the art, or, the
Okay.
further postings, you can just simply say like, oh, I like that point. I like your viewpoint,
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
Understood. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome. Let's see assignments. So there are 2 assignments. For the assignments, please submit your assignments by the due dates, and because you will lose 5 points of your total score when you're late. The first assignment is artist research. The due date is by February 7th, Monday, 11:55 p.m. And I will provide you artist list from the textbook, and you will choose one of the artists in the list and then research it. And I will give you the detail guide when the due date is coming up. And the next assignment is art museum tour. The due date is March 28th, Monday, 11:55 p.m. You are going to visit an art museum, virtual or in person, for this assignment. And I will give you a detailed guide as well when the due date is coming up. And then the midterm. So if you miss the midterm date, you will lose 10 points of your total score. So please don't miss that. And you are going to take the midterm exam on March 5th, 2022, Saturday. And the exam will be open between 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. for 2 hours. There is a time limitation. It will be 90 minutes. And the attempt will be allowed only one time. It's not an open book test, and you will see 30 questions, 27 multiple choice questions, and 2 short answers, and 1 appreciation writing. And the final exam, if you miss the final exam, you will not pass this course. So you must take the final exam. And you're gonna take the final exam on April 23rd, Saturday, between 8:30 to 11 a.m. And then the time limitation will be 2 hours. And the attempt will be allowed only one time as well. And then it's not an open book test. And you will see 35 questions, 30 multiple choice questions, and 4 short answer questions, and 1 appreciation writing question. All right, Lori, no worries. Thank you for letting me know. And the last thing we are going to see of the course outline is the sketchbook project. The sketchbook project is designed for understanding how artists create their artworks. So this is not for checking your artistic skills. So don't get pressure at all. So you will just simple make artworks related to the chapter you learn. And when you post your artworks for the weekly participation, you will just show the work process. You are going to make 8 artworks during the course, and some of week ask you to post on art making process, and you can just post your artwork process picture in the Moodle room, and just like posting discussion. Again, we are going to share just the process of your artwork, which means you don't need to post a finished work during the course. You can just show the beginning steps of your work or share an idea sketch, but you must provide a short description about your artwork when you post your work process in the Moodle room. So let me show you how to post your artwork in the Moodle room. It's just the same as the discussion. So let me just show you the example here. So when you see the sketchbook project posting session, then you will just click the same button, add a new discussion, and then write the title of your work, and then description of your work. And then you're gonna take a picture of your work process and then save the picture in your computer. And then just upload the picture by clicking this gray button, choose file. And then choose the picture you take. Then just hit submit button. And let's check the posting. See, you can share your work process with your peers, and then you can reply to yours posting their work process. Oh, I like that part. Oh, I like that part. Oh, I like your creative idea, like that. All right. So over the course, you can just post your work process. However, by the end of the course, you have to finish 6 of 8 pieces artwork for the final sketchbook submission. The due date is by April 18th, Monday, 11:55 p.m. When you submit the final sketchbook project file, you must complete your artworks. And I will provide you a format with a guide when the due date is coming. But let me show you the samples of the final sketchbook project submission file in advance so you can prepare it. So this is one of my students, my previous students' final sketchbook submission file. So like this. This is going to be our first project name logo design, like this. So some of the work, can be, very, high quality, but the some of the work, can be just a simple, simple drawing. It depends on the project. And then, like she did, you can use the hand drawing or you can use the digital drawing tool, doesn't matter. This, and let me share another student's work. All right, so she loved to write the description in detail, but you don't need to write that detail. No, it's just fine with a couple of sentences, or you can just copy and paste from your postings in the Moodle room, like this, and I'm gonna show you one last example. So this is the format that I will provide you. But you can change the format, whatever you want, like this. This. All right. So for the sketchbook project, you will need a sketchbook. The size is about 8 by 11, but it can be a little smaller or bigger than this size. And if you cannot get it, you can just use copy papers. It doesn't matter. Also, you will need pencils, an eraser, scissors, a glue stick, a ruler, and any color mediums like crayons, colored pencils, pastels, oil pastels. You don't need to get all the color mediums. You can just, use one of them. Or, if you have any other color medium, you can just use that. And you will need any types of usualist papers such as magazines, newspapers, old books, advertising mails, etc. To make a collage work. And if you cannot find any of these supplies, please contact me as soon as possible. So we're gonna, figure out, how we can prepare the materials. So if you have any question or concerns about this course, you can just send me an email or send me a Moodle message, or you can just simply ask me in the meeting room. And my email address is slee18@webmail.sx.edu. Any other question, everyone? What is the art, everyone? You can just share your opinion.
Art is like a self-expression, your self-expression put to some kind of medium. It could be any kind of medium, doesn't have to be paper, I believe.
Yeah, self-expression. Yes, I agree with you, Melissa. Yeah, very good. Others?
I feel like art is a language in and of itself. Kind of
Language.
piggybacking, kind of piggybacking off of what the other student I just said. It is definitely a way to express yourself and connect to a medium, and it is various mediums through drawings, through dance, through singing, poetry, murals.
Very nice, Deandra. Yes, it's a visual language. Very cool. Who else?
I would agree with the two other students that I define art as looking at many creative abilities through many different lenses. Everybody can have one particular picture, but they view it differently, so the
Yeah.
outcome of that determines the individual themselves.
Very nice. Very nice,
I agree.
Leticia.
I agree.
Yes, agree. Yeah.
It could be the expression of your imagination, of your imagination.
Imagination.
Be
Yeah.
creative.
Very nice, Lori. Yeah. So, see, when we see that question, what is art? It's it's quite not easy question to answer now, because people define art in many ways. Today we are going to see the diverse viewpoints of art in terms of beauty, appearances, meaning, and purpose. So I'm gonna show you a very popular painting for everyone. What is that, everyone?
The Mona Lisa, and that was actually the painting I was thinking you were gonna post too.
Ah, that's cool. Yeah, so it's Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci from the Renaissance in 1503, 1505. And before the Renaissance, there was a Middle Age, known as Dark Age in art history for 1000 years. During Middle Age, art was used for the only worship of God as craftsmen. However, after Middle Age, the Renaissance arose and many Renaissance artists sought to make realistic images and spaces on the two-dimensional surface. So this Mona Lisa painting gave many Renaissance people a shock with a beautiful woman who seemed like alive in this painting. Besides, this painting made many critics in 19th century surprised when it was shown at the Louvre Museum in Paris. They described her as a dangerous beauty and a fatal attraction. Now, let's look at what art is in modern 20th century. So this is Marcel Duchamp's Fountain. Everyone, can you guess what it is? What is that?
It looks like a like a jock strap, like a football cup.
Ooh, very
It
close.
almost looks like a urinal.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
see, call it.
it's a male urinal. Oh my gosh. The artist used the, just male urinal as a work of art at a show. The Duchamp did not make this urinal. He just only designated it as a work of art. So it's a type of art known as ready-made. This Duchamp's ready-made work fountain raised interesting philosophical question. Does art have to be made by an artist? How do you think, everyone?
No.
No.
Yeah, we can say no. Yeah, we just saw the urinal. Yeah, art can be changed by diverse viewpoint, just like this. And this is a Japanese artist painting maple leaves on a river. So this painting depicts Japanese autumn river in 19th century with middle or lower classes. And this is Egyptian mural, the journey of the sun god Re. This painting depicts Nile River. Ancient Egyptians believed there was a god to control the river, which made fertile soil to grow their crop. So sometimes art can be different by subject matter, even though artists depict the same object as these two paintings. So the idea of art has changed by history. In ancient time, art is totemic sculpture or painting. And in Middle Ages, art is craft. Also, in Renaissance, art is painting, sculpture, architecture with the skilled technique. Lastly, in modern and postmodern, art means diverse genre. So like this, the idea of art has changed by history. And now let's move on to the art and beauty. Many of us assume that a work of art should be beautiful. Beauty and art were discussed together because both were felt to provide pleasure. However, we don't always feel pleasure in looking at art. So everyone, look at this etching work. What kind of feeling do you feel from this work of art?
That one's deep. I hadn't even read the description, but just looking at the picture, you could see it was someone like mourning.
Very good. Very good,
It gives me
Melissa.
low vibes, very low vibes. I don't want
Uh-huh.
to say depressing, but
Uh-huh.
it's very sad.
Oh,
Yeah,
very good.
that's what I think.
Very good,
Somebody said.
Deandra. Very good, everyone. So, like you can see, this is Kate Colwitz's A Woman with Dead Child. Um, she's holding her dead child, and we can feel her sadness from this work of art. Yes, very good. How about this work? This is another example. What kind of feeling do you feel from this painting?
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
creepy.
Looks
Yeah,
real creepy.
scary, creepy.
It
Scary.
gives me anxiety.
Yeah, anxiety. Yeah, yeah.
It looks
Gruesome.
a little bit too.
So this is Francisco de Goya's painting, Saturn devouring one of his children, and he witnessed the terrible acts of cruelty, stupidity, warfare, and slaughter during world wars. So he expressed his increasingly pessimistic view of human nature. Yep, very good, everyone.
Not lying though.
Yeah. So art can provide pleasure, but as we can see, it can also inspire sadness, horror, pity, awe, and a full range of other emotions. So art can be beautiful, but not all art tries to be beautiful. And beauty is not a requirement for art. That is the main point. Now, let's move on to art and appearance. So these two works of art are made by one artist, Pablo Picasso. And Pablo Picasso mastered the left painting style, the traditional technique, while still a teenager. However, he soon abandoned it for a style of art known as Cubism, just like right work of art. So it happened almost the end of the 19th century. Not only Pablo Picasso, but also many other artists. Why did art change suddenly? Can you guess why, everyone?
Because it's a lot more different views and perceptions of art.
Oh, yeah, that's really good guess. But let me give you a hint. There was something invented in 19th century.
Oh, what, photographs?
Oh my gosh, Melissa, you are the only one who found the reason. you know all of my courses. Oh my gosh. Yes, it's photography. Yes. So for some artists, photography meant the end of a painting. Manual skills were no longer needed to create a visual record. Yeah. So sometimes appearances of art has changed by a historical event, just like this. And now let's talk about art and meaning. Art is always about something. One brief definition of art is embodied meaning. Understanding art is a cultural skill and must learned. So, for the first thing, um, you can find the meaning of art through form and content. So, form is the physical appearance of the work and everything the eye registers about it, such as colors, shapes, and internal organization. And content is what the work of art is about. And the next thing can be materials and techniques to see the meaning of art. And the third one is iconography. Iconography means describing images. And the iconography involves identifying, describing, interpreting subject matter in art. And the last thing, we can find the meaning of art through context. Art does not happen in a vacuum. So many works of art related to the life and the society of its creators. And sometimes art has purpose. This is Kara workers' installation work, Sugar Babies. Can you guess what this work is about? What's the purpose now of this work?
Child labor.
Oh, there we go. Yes, child labor. Jamie, very good. So then, can you guess? No, please see this sculpture, and then can you guess the material of this sculpture?
Is it
A type
sugar,
of
like you
rock.
said?
Sugar. Yes, sugar. Ah, so this white giant sculpture is made by the sugar, the domino sugar we eat every day. So this is now I'm sorry, there is a giant African featured Sphinx sculpture in the middle of the installation, and then just like said, made by domino sugar. And the sugar was made by young African kids to import the sugar to the developed countries. And the kids were paid incredibly low labor wage. So Walker brought art into a specialized space, evoking the connection between what took place there and larger social and historical issues. Very good, everyone. And here's another example. This is Banks's mural on Lick Street. Can you tell me what you can see here?
The guy is erasing the hieroglyphics, which can signify that he's like erasing history.
Oh, wow. You know what, Deandra? That was perfect. Yeah. So the Banksy mural painting depicts a city worker mindlessly power washing a prehistoric rock painting off the wall. So much as workers routinely scrub unauthorized graffiti from walls today. This painting draws a parallel between modern street art and the cave paintings of prehistory that we now consider to be priceless treasures of human patrimony. However, like graffiti artists, the cave painters did not have permits or government authorizations to paint their images, right? So they simply made their work for the public to see. So the artists want to, talk about that point. So what is art? The question the artists of the 20th century posed about the nature of their task and the great formal variety of their responses to those questions served to map the territory to the word art. So We now understand that art can manifest itself in many more ways, like a painting, a sculpture, a video, and installation, and a website, a computer program, and a concept, performance, and an action. So all these and more may be presented and understood as art. Very nice. So it was the orientation, like the orientation of this course, and then we're gonna move on to the main part, introduction of art. So this is the first chapter you have to read over this weekend before you post to your discussion. So let's see. In Western culture, during some eras of history, particularly since the Renaissance, painting and sculpture have been the most important category of art. So fine art usually refers to a work of art, and traditionally a painting, drawing, curved sculpture, and sometimes a print made with the skill and creative imagination to be pleasing or beautiful to look. While others, such as ceramics and the furniture, were once considered less important, the term craft was usually applied to such works, and their makers were considered less skilled or of lower status than painters and sculptors. So this distinction arose partly because the cost of producing a fine painting or a beautifully curved marble statue was high. And historically, the graphic arts have been considered less important and perhaps less accomplished than the fine arts because it enables reproduction of many copies of the same image. However, graphic arts are all around us, part of the look of daily life. And many art museums maintain collections of graphic design, which overlaps with art in interesting ways. Many artists have worked as graphic designers, and many graphic designers also make art, just like me. And we are living in a visual world, right? So think about how many images you see when you know, you just woke up. So maybe yesterday or in this morning. So they will have include maybe, when you go outside, you will see traffic signs and the roadside billboards and logos of business or stores. So there are lots of, graphic images, out there, right? And also you can see diverse visual images from your smartphone in this morning, right? Yeah, right after you wake up. So we can say we are living in a world of the images. The images represent the way we are living. And other eras have different visual images, like ancient Egypt has their own visual styles, and 16th century Italy, the right one, also has different style with other eras. In other words, art reflects the culture in which it was created, not just the creative achievement of each makers. So as you can see, we don't recognize but art is just around us and almost everywhere. Probably a painting in your living room, flower vase, furniture, carpet, curtain, etc. And sculptures or memorials in parks. So art can be found in many places, in the form of a coffin, in a book, in any number of contemporary medias. And of course, in an art museum and gallery, museum is the most popular place. Now we can see many of art from prehistory art to contemporary art. And most art museums hold permanent collections of artworks that are regularly displayed, although some can show only a portion of the works in their large collections. So let's talk about the creativity. So creativity is an important part of art, and it seems like too far from us. However, we can see that in our own lives. We can make our own photos and videos. When you post the Instagram or TikTok to share them through like that kind of social media services and using our cell phones. These activities so common now, so creativity is also around us. And who makes art? So in general, art from earlier cultures were communal. The communal effort in which spiritual and the notions of cycle of life were common themes. And during Middle Ages, the cathedral of Europe were the result of the skills of many different artists and artisans, stone curves, the makers of stained glass window, and carpenters who made the furniture. These skilled workers remain mostly anonymous. And the Renaissance artists elevated their profession as a liberal art. The Western world has popularized the idea of a lone individual creating his or her own art to express something very personal. And as time progressed in 19th and 20th century, artists addressed the social issues like war and social conscience and created more individual expressions of their identity, such as gender and race. So it's not true that all artists must formally trained. Non-professional and self-taught artists have always produced art that is just as admired, like this work of art by Simon Rodia. Oh, let's talk about this painting. So we're gonna see the power and the value of art. Everyone, do you know this American artist, Jean Michael Basquiat? How do you think of this painting? No one's here?
There's a lot going on. I guess I can't describe it. It seems very intense. But it's like every corner I look at, there's something else that needs to be like you figured out. Like, why would he put that there?
Yeah.
Like the mouth, well, what looks like the mouth to me in the figure, it looks almost like a TV in there yelling. I don't know.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Looks like he was angry.
Angry. Very good. Yeah. So now,
I feel like it's both.
Huh? Deandra?
I'm sorry. I feel like it's both because the blue is definitely giving me a very calm aura. So I feel like it was like a quiet moment. And then something or someone or the artist had a very intense.
Very nice.
Like where the face is.
Agreed. And especially like it's almost like he's scratching over his own work. Like the parts that would be more calm, it's just like suddenly he's scratching over it.
Very good. And here's not Who's that?
For me, it's Nicole.
Oh, Nicole.
Hi. For me, it looks like maybe he's going through something very chaotic in life, and this is how he's expressing it.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. So here's another question to you. Can you guess how value of this painting?
$80,000.
$8,000. Okay.
No, 80.
80,000. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I'm thinking. 80 to 50,000.
Like
Yeah,
50,000.
same, I agree.
I say 2 million.
Between
2 million. $500,000. Okay.
Yeah, I'll say 100,000.
Oh, $100. Okay.
No, 100,000.
$100,000. Okay. All right.
Well, it seems like it would be valued high, especially since, what's it say, 1980 something. So this was not seen often, this kind of expression, this kind of art. I'm sure he's one of the people that maybe switched over to this type of art.
Yeah, very good. Very good guess. So.
And he was really good during the Renaissance, so it might be going for a couple of mils.
So everyone ready to see the number? There we go. It's $110.5 million.
Is that man still alive? Is he still alive? The artist?
No, he's not.
No, he passed away in like 2000 and something, a drug overdose.
Yeah.
Oh,
so he set a record in May 2017 when his painting Untitled sold for $110.5 million.
I have a question.
Yep.
If you try to like paint something similar to this, would you be able to make the same amount of money?
You mean the imitation work?
Yeah, but just not plagiarize it, just like something close.
No, not at all. Not that close. No.
I'm assuming he made that much because he must have been one of the original.
That's right.
People that switched over, like that introduced this type of art. Like now we're used to seeing it.
That's right. So, like Melissa said, Basquiat created his new genre of art. There was, no one created that kind of art styles before. Now, so and then after he died, that work is the only one in the world, and then the price just goes higher and higher and higher. Yep. So, what determines the value of an art, and why would someone pay so much money for a painting? We're still wondering, right? An essential reason why we value art is because it has the power to tell us something important about ourselves, to comfort us with ideas and feelings about the human condition that we recognize as true, but may otherwise struggle to understand fully. And this work is $100 million, and everything is made by the real diamond.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah. Oh
Is
my
it a real
goodness.
cadaver?
Yeah, it's real.
Ugh.
Oh.
Okay.
That's crazy, right?
Oh, how cute.
Oh, yeah. You know what? The artist is still alive. Yeah.
They made $58 million off of that. I didn't even look
Mhm.
at that first. That is craziness.
Yeah. He's the most richest artist in the United States. Yes. A living artist, you know. He's still alive, you know. Among the alive artists, he was the one of the richest artists in the United States. So of course, we see the price is not the only or the most important measure of the value of an artwork, but we might place a high value on a work because it is aesthetically pleasing, or because its creation involves great skill. So why are we learning how to look at art? It's not simple. Our interpretations of works of art may differ from other people's according to our perceptions, beliefs, and ideas. Art is also a form of language, and art communicates directly with our sense of sight, touch, even smell and sound. By learning to see, we experience new sensations and ideas that expand our horizons beyond our daily life. So, by studying art, we need to see these 5 things. So, art is form of communication using visual language. All communication has a purpose, a message that is called content. And the subject matter of work offer preliminary information about its content. The content and purpose of each week are different. And of course, there are many artworks in which the subject matter itself is not clear, and many have no title, but such artworks still have content. So this point will be clear if we understand the concept of representation, non-objectivity, and abstract, like this. So representational artwork are also called objective, the left one, meaning that everyone agrees on the subject matter, and non-object works of art are deliberately not recognizable as something we might see in the world around us. So non-objective art, like the right one, by definition, subjective, without contextual information about the artist's intention or expressions. We each determined our own interpretations of what the art means or communicates, or whether it means anything at all. So context includes information about the society, since the communicates with the viewer through vision. We should introduce briefly how examining the arrangement of the visual elements and principles of an artwork helps us to analyze its contents. So for example, the formal elements might include color, shape, the surface texture, and so on. We're gonna see the formal elements in detail next week. And the yeah, so that's it. All right. So after this meeting, please go to the module room, everyone. And then finish the 2 discussions by this Monday. The first one is introduce yourself, and the second discussion topic is, what is art, and what you think of meaning of art, and just tell us what the art is in your life. So that is the this week's homework. Any other question, everyone?